Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Digital Classroom. And Digital Classroom, of course, is made possible by BenQ and Rogue. Now, in Digital Classroom, we often share tips and show you stuff, but I also sometimes have software, which I think is absolutely genius, and I want to show you that in this episode. Did you ever have black and white images where you thought like, oh man, I would love to see this in color? Stay tuned. Okay guys, so today we're going to take a look at a piece of software that was sent to me actually yesterday, and I have to be honest, normally I get a lot of pieces of software sent, and although I look at all those apps, most of the time it's not something that is staggeringly new or that works great. And let's be honest, you have your own set of plugins, and for me that's Exposure Software, previously known as Alien Skin, DxO of course, Luminar, and of course, not to forget, we have the beautiful guys from Topaz. And all those plugins together actually make up a great deal of my style, and I really love those plugins. So when I have something new, I really want to make sure that it's totally different, that it's something totally fresh and something that's worth your money and time to look at. And today we found something. Now, we all, of course, love black and white photography, right? Because that gives you more emotion, it gives you more power in your shots. But sometimes you have a black and white image and you go like, how would this look in color? Now, of course, you can do everything in Photoshop yourself, but this is way easier. You already see the software online. Now, another thing, and that's in the second part of the video we're going to look at, how do we create something that's more creative with this? Because just going from black and white to color, that's okay, it's cool. But you don't do that a lot. What you want to do is you want to enhance the look of your images. You want to be more creative with those images. So I'm also going to show you an example of where we actually went from color to black and white, back to color, and then combine those two. So let's start with just a normal black and white image. And let's just take a very simple one, which we took during a trip in Norway. So let's go to downloads, let's go Norway. Okay. Now, the first thing you will see is on the right side, you see that the program is generating a preview, and there we go. Now, I have everything set up on color factor low. If you put this on high, the artificial intelligence works a little bit better and you get a better preview. Now, this is still a zoomed in version. In all honesty, when I look at the whole layout of the software, doesn't look that nice, right? It's big letters over here. When you want to zoom out, actually this happens while I have a lot more in my image. When I move this around, it has to render again. And it goes pretty fast on this machine. This is a laptop, an i9 Dell. So it goes pretty fast. But I think on a lower spec machine, that low is very, very important. Don't put it on high. So interface-wise, it could be a little bit more flashy. It could be a little bit more nicer. The results, however, now I know how this house looked in real life and it didn't look like this, but still you see that you have this, and Anouk actually, she saw it and she described it as it looks vintage, and that's what I like, and that's also what triggered the creativity. But let's try some other shots. Let's do another one from Norway. Oh, that's the same one, sorry guys. So let's take that one. Okay. Let me see what happens now. Oh, that looks really interesting. Now, the water, of course, here isn't accurate. But I think with this kind of software, it's not about 100% accuracy. It's about creating that cool look, a little bit that Instagram look. So this is, of course, more street and travel photography. Let me see if I have something more on there. Yeah. Okay. Let's do one where we go actually out with a model. Okay. So let's take model outside. There we go. Now, one thing, I use a lot of contrast in these shots. So that means that for this kind of software, I think it also looks at contrast, and the whole artificial intelligence behind it just creates maybe face recognition. Overall, I think it's absolutely awesome. When you look at this, it's the skin, of course, and that's the thing. On the black and white, it's already overexposed. So that will also be seen in the color version, of course. It's not miracle software, it's tinting software. But I think overall it looks pretty impressive. Let's try one in the studio. Let's take Danique. Now, Danique has red hair. Let me see what happens after the software. Wow. Okay. This is pretty accurate. This is actually very accurate. Wow. Okay. Now, the skin isn't this red, of course. It's like the color temperature is off. But this is something that you can correct in Photoshop. Now, you have to realize that a lot of people see this kind of software as it's a one-click solution and I'm done, like Content Aware Fill. It's not. It's a solution that brings you 80%, 75%, but it brings you so close to your end result that the final stuff, of course, you have to do yourself. So in this case, what I would do in Photoshop is just leave the image as it is, select the face, and then just lower the saturation on the face just a little bit. But this is really impressive. Let me see if I have some more dangerous stuff. A little bit more contrast. Ah, there we go. Let's see this. And I didn't try these images before. I did try some other images, but I think it's cool to see the expression when you see something for the first time, of course. And with reviews, I'm always very harsh. If software doesn't work, I will show you guys. But if it works, I will show you also very enthusiastic. And this time I'm over the moon. This is really cool for creative stuff. Again, the face, it's pretty good. The overexposed areas, that's actually where it goes a little bit wrong. Here's a little bit too pinkish. But let's go to high and let's export this because we are now judging a preview. Now, when you export this image, this is of course where the whole artificial intelligence works full blast. And I will not cut this out or speed it up. So this is what you can expect speed-wise. This is, I believe, a 60 megapixel file. So do start process. And I will just leave it running and save it as a result. Okay, there we go. And you can already understand that normally the preview takes about this time. And now it's actually exporting and it takes a longer time. So in other words, the results will be better. And you can also see that that pinkish under her nose, on high it's actually already gone. So if you want a proper preview, I think it's best to just leave it on high if your computer can take it. Okay, 75%. Again, I don't speed this up, so it might be boring, but at least you know what happens. Okay, it's done. Let's open this up in Photoshop. Okay, and there we have the original image. Sorry, the colored image. Let's put the black and white on top. And this looks way better, by the way. If you look at her nose, that whole pinkish part, what you saw in the review, is totally gone here. Okay. And now the cool part, of course, is that you can combine these two. For example, with soft light, or maybe set your, of course, luminosity, or lighten. I always love to go through these because you can see some really funky stuff. But I think when you go for soft light, for example, and then just lower the opacity of your black and white, there you go. Just gives it a little bit more oomph. Let's just go for normal. So we have the black and white on top, and then just let a little bit of the color version come in. Wow, look at this. It's very, very creative for the look. And as you guys know, I love vintage photography and I love playing with color looks. This just opens up so many new possibilities to literally find tintings that you normally can't do, because this is of course per color channel, per area in the image. And when you normally make a preset, it's always like a curve, or it's more global, or one color that you change. For example, you take the reds and you change the reds to a little bit more saturated. You take out the yellows, make it a little bit less saturated, or turn the hue. But it's always one very simple preset, or enhanced preset. You know what I mean, right? It's always one preset. What you get here is actually that you have artificial intelligence looking at almost every pixel and changing the colors. So when you combine that with the original image, you have totally different looks. And I think it's very hard to repeat it, for example, in a series. On the other hand, if you do it in a series, just try it out. This is gonna be something that will keep me busy for a while. Okay, so let's click this down. Okay, let's try one more. Let's try two more. I have one that I really wanted to see how it worked. I think it's this one. Yeah, we shot this one a few years ago, and I'm not a big fan of shooting stuff in graveyards, but in this case the idea that we had was this old horror movie, like from the 70s, Luci Volci, Mario Bava, you know, I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff. So I really wanted to do that, and although I love that old 70s look in film posters, that almost oversaturated, cartoonish look, I actually went in the series for a more downplayed version, more like Universal Monsters, so black and white with a hint of color. Now, when I have this one, let's do the start process full image. Okay. And let's see if we can get a little bit closer to that 70s that 70s movie poster stuff. Okay, and you can see this is a lower resolution, so it goes a lot faster. Okay. Okay, let's click this away. Let's open up a Photoshop and let me first drag in the original image, so the black and white. There we go. And then drag in the color version. There we go. Okay. And let's combine the two. So let's start with 0 on this, and oh, there we go. Look at this. This is so cool. Yep. If you want to be creative, guys, this is it. This is absolutely stunning. Look at the difference. Wow. This is awesome. Okay, guys, so that was it. Check it out. I will leave a link below with a discount code, because if I do a review, I told them I need a discount code for all my followers, and you guys, of course, can benefit from that discount. I can only say get this piece of software, because sometimes it happens that you get a piece of software where you go like, this is it, this really boosts your creativity. And of course you have skin retouching and you get a new version and it's like, yeah, it's better, it's faster, well, wow. But it's not like, you see my reaction now, we just started this and I said to Anouk, I'm not going to test it further, I'm going to do the video right away. So all the images which I tried now, I didn't try before. So everything you see is honest. I didn't see the results before and I played this. So overall, when a piece of software gets you so excited and so motivated to immediately start recording this video and start playing with images, highly recommend it, especially if you're in a lockdown and you don't have anything to do at the moment. Get it. I will leave the link below for you guys, and I'm gonna play a little bit with this shot and put it online. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. If you like what we do, subscribe to our channel, leave comments below, and smash that like button because we really like that. And of course, join our Patreon, and I will also leave the link below. See you again next time. Bye, guys.